Alright, hello guys, Edward here, and I'm going to be talking about the new updates that, the new posts that Behavior, Crusade developers have left on the forums, talk about a new update. I'm just going to read the post real quick and get my thoughts on it. And, okay, so the title is Game Update in the Making, Fantastic Skulls Weekend. So I think that's them talking about Skullthorn Weekend, because we got like a peak of 700 players during that, which is... like, so far this year, that's like the best the game has done all year. Anyways, I'm going to read the little title. After the game update, during the Fantastic Skulls, which is Skullthorn promotion on Steam, where we got a lot of new players. We went straight to work on the next game update. An important goal of big promotions for us is to get people playing at the same time. This is because we don't have a marketing budget. The revenue goes directly into development and operations of the Eternal Crusade. A promotion is less revenue, but more blood for the blood god. So here they say they don't have a marketing budget, which we kind of already knew, but they're just kind of saying it publicly. So what I think they're trying to do with this main post is the direction they're trying to take a game into is they're trying to get more people playing, hoping that gets newer players in, and then those players buy the game, which gives them more money, instead of what they're doing right now, which is kind of just trying to help out dedicated players. Alright, and their next paragraph is, we'd like to thank you all, new and old, those that mention us and get new players in, those that welcome new players, those that stick with us through thick and thin, those who still believe in the potential of Eternal Crusade. We're all fantastic during the Skulls promotion. It helped us out a lot. Yeah, the Skulls promotion, the game was 90% off, so it was $2 just to buy the game, which is weird because it's free, but I guess that increased the population a lot. Also, a lot of DLC was on sale. There's a new campaign, a new update. Very good update. Most of the things were good. So, yeah. And here we get to the juicy stuff. Game update in the making. We have some ideas we're looking to We're looking at to encourage people to play other factions coming up, which pretty much means every faction but Space Marines, which helps the matchmaker, as well as focusing people to play during certain periods. Campaigns is an obvious tool there, of course, but we have some other ideas. Helping the matchmaker means less queue times and more people playing at the same time. SM are kind of their own curse because there simply aren't enough opponents. So when this comes in, I will blissfully ignore any crying over getting less rewards than other factions. You'll get more matches, which is more XP and rewards. Less weight, which is all good. On top of that, the upcoming game update highlights are these arenas. No details yet, but the way to find point is process of UAT public access server and give the feedback. Alright, I kind of botched reading that, but alright, so they said they want to increase XP amounts for other races. I think they might not increase it for Chaos too. That's just my speculation, because Chaos also do get a lot of players, but Space Marines do get most of them, which is good. My Space Marines are pretty high level, so we know the level of their factions will be awesome. Anyways, their next little thing they have is item load-up points, cost, and stats revised. We revise LP cost of items and adjust stats, which is still a work in progress. This part of our polish round, as well as loadouts. Jump in and get your feedback and affect the changes. Alright, so I don't know if this means that they already lowered the cost of certain items. I don't think they did, because they would have probably mentioned what items. I can't click on anything here, so I don't know. New visual customization items is the next thing. Mo bling is always needed. It's sprinkled over all factions, so we're looking at our library of things we haven't used. So it won't be favoritism. If your faction doesn't get as much as the other one, we're just getting this stuff out. Besides, you should be happy. Be happy for your fellow for getting bling bling. Alright, so they apparently have had customization items like shoulder pieces, heads, torso, stuff like that, all kind of just sitting somewhere, so they're probably going to finish them, or if they weren't already finished, and they're going to put them in the actual game. That's awesome, because we haven't gotten any customization in forever. I actually can't remember the last time we got customization that wasn't weapon skins. And here we go. Combat balance based on recent changes and feedback. We continue to work on combat balance, take feedback from latest changes, and introduce new ones. Okay. So they're working on balance as well, which should always be something they're working on. People still think Eldar and Orcs are a little overpowered. I think just simply on some of their main guns, RPM should be turned down a little bit, and also Fire Dragons shouldn't have double Melta. It's not fair. They go all vehicles really quickly. Just my personal opinion, but also probably an opinion of many players who don't main Fire Dragon. And general loadout items and visual customization policy. This is everything from working on icons to helping out differentiating them to new items, stat changes and such to small stuff. Or the bigger changes above. Okay, that's kind of just what we just heard. Repeated campaigns with more encouragement for less played factions. We're going to be trying out smart campaigns that repeat with larger rewards for underplayed factions. This helps the matchmaker greatly, as an often problem is too many SM players during low hours. During low hours, what they mean is that sometimes, well, pretty much all the time during evenings, the multiplayer starts to be pretty much only LSM and CSM matches, and the problem is that there's always way too many LSM players on because, I don't know, Chaos are lame, I guess, even though I kind of like Chaos more than CSM, but maybe that's just me. More support for tournaments and focused playtimes, accruing rewards, while mainly looking at how we can better support the tournaments that we have emerged, the reward and such. It's also a part of focusing online players in certain regular time slots, of course, bragging rights. Okay, so I heard a little bit about the tournament thing they're planning. They're going to do more tournaments, which is always a good thing. More support for the game is awesome. From what I heard about the tournament is that it's going to be on a new 5v5 map. I think it's called Lost Coliseum. Don't quote me on that, though. And it's going to be just a guild tournament of 5v5s. And, the winner gets special shoulder pads that has their guild name on it. So, that's cool. It's probably going to be Bro who wins. Bro or Blob, that's what my money's on. But it's they're doing a tournament for this map before it's on the map pool. I just want to know, because I heard it was on, a guild battle map pool or something. But is it going to be in the Battle Now map pool? Because I'm not really a tournament player. I'm not really a hardcore player, I just want to play a new 5v5 map. That sounds pretty cool. It's like deathmatch and stuff. I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it from people like Davey Boy. I'll link a video of that down below. And here are a couple more things. Okay. Yes, our workshop is still en route. More tests in weeks. There is no when is the update coming. The general notification is that we are working on it. What areas are focused and how you can affect it yourself. Okay, so from what I heard, workshop is an alpha now. Honestly, workshop can be one of the best things to help this game, especially with cosmetics. Just lifting the burden of having to develop a cosmetics will help the developers out a lot. Maybe we can even make new maps and stuff. Honestly, there are a lot of really devoted Warhammer 40k people. The workshop should be one of their top priorities right now because they only have a 3-man team at Behavior for EC, and it's not working. Their updates are too small. They're too far in between. And really the only thing that's keeping the game sort of afloat right now is free-to-play and campaigns. And the Skull for the Skullstone sale did help, but now the player base is going back down to where it was. Alright, and now we get a long, boring thing about customer support and harassment. Honestly, I'm going to skip this part. It's just kind of saying that there are some heroes in bundles now, which is cool, and they're just talking about harassments, and they're trying to be more active on customer support. So I'm just going to kind of skip over that. And then join us in the making of game updates. That's it for now, and we'd love to see during our public test schedule on the test server or the UAT developer testing Discord. All the information to participate can be reached on our updated website. There's the link, and eternally yours, the devoted zealots. Okay. So, what are my thoughts, I guess? They didn't say all that much about what they wanted to do, but okay, so they're trying to increase XP rewards for all the pretty much Xenos races and Chaos, which is good. So those players, because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get races like Eldar and Orcs matches at late times, because that's always a big problem. Like, in PvP, I mostly just play orcs now, and it kind of really sucks because they're the least played race, so there's like, even like right now, it's like 7 o'clock here, and there's no orc matches on. You know, it's like, it sucks. You know, I'm on summer break right now, but like when school starts and stuff, again, I'm not going to be able to play orcs when I get home or anything, you know, it sucks. But, like, here's the thing that they can do. The 5v5 map. And that will make it a lot easier to get matches. Just, I don't know, like, a thing that's hard about it is they need to have it with, like, a lower spawn rate. Like, they're going to need a lot of coding to make this thing work because it's only 5v5, so probably only 3 players to actually get a game going on there. But then it would, like, always have its, it would, like, always be 5v5 unless they found a way to make it work, which is why I think it's not in the Battle Now map pool yet. If they could find a way to make it work and put it in the Battle Now map pool, that'll totally save Eldar matches and Orc matches. Like, boom. It's done. You know, like, that should be one of the top priorities aside from Workshop. Like, because that can literally help save this game. Just by, like, even though you're on the same map and you're playing Deathmatch, like, people would probably rather do that than not be able to play their favorite race. And, I guess one thing that's a little bit of a personal thing for me is I'm a PvE player. I host a PvE server, which is linked in the description. And so the balance changes in PvP also affect PvE. And some of them help, some of them don't. It's like the ammo pack change. It's good for like Devastators in PvE because you always have ammo pretty much as Devastator, but it used to be the Tacticals or Avengers or Shooter Boys. They would carry 2 ammo packs and be able to give them to people and then go resupply. So they'll be able to give ammo to 3 people, including themselves. Like, that was nuts. And now you can't do that anymore. Even though you have like a 30-second ammo pack cooldown. You know, there's like stuff like that, which... So, personally, here's the thing I would want in the next patch for PvE anyways. And these are also PvP things too. I would want the double ammo pack to instead be kind of like the single one, where instead you just get 2 ammo packs, and every time a minute passes by, you get another one. But you know you have a max of 2, so you can still do that. And this would also be a big buff to double ammo packs, which are like never used in PvP. They always cost way too much, and honestly, it'll be a great thing. It'll be a great buff overall. Also, another thing, Chaos need double ammo packs. Even if you don't do this change, give Chaos double ammo packs. Like, you know, come on, Space Marine have them. It'll be a nice little buff for Space Marines. A nice little buff for Chaos. I mean, even though I guess some Space Marines think Chaos is OP, this won't really affect them much. Just a personal thing of mine, and I don't think it'll be that hard. If you don't want to put it in the advanced tree, that's fine. Just get it to us for free. I don't think anyone will care. No one's gonna use double ammo pack of Chaos except for people like me. If you could just cut it in and just use Space Marine 1, that'd be great. I would love you for that. And other than that, just like a nerf to Fire Dragons, either remove Delmelta, make the loadout points cost more, because it's only 300, which is kind of ridiculous. So you're only paying 100 more loadout points for another Melta Bomb. That's crazy. You know, it's crazy cheap, and you get 2 Melta Bombs, and Eldar are the only faction to actually get 2 Melta Bombs. That's not fair. So what they either have to do is increase the loadout points by, I would say, 1 to 200. Like, probably leaning more to 200 because I'm so pissed about this, but probably 100 is a bit more reasonable because, you know, that'll be a pretty big nerf. And Eldar are still going to Delmelta. They're just going to be a bit easier to kill now. You know, boom. Or they'll have a worse gun or something like that, however they want to adjust their loadouts, which I think if there was a nerf that the Fire Dragon players would choose, it'd probably be that one instead of just removing Delmelta altogether. But honestly, when I play Fire Dragon, I just go Fuegun and Fusion Pistol, and I still do fine. Like, removing Delmelta will not be a big nerf to Eldar. It really won't. Well, it will be a big nerf, but it's not going to make Fire Dragons, like, underpowered. They're still going to be the best AV. They're still going to be the leaders in AV. They're just not going to be as overpowered as they were. So they just need to remove it. Because you go single Melta, Fuegun, Fusion Pistol. You'll be pretty easy to kill, but you're still going to, like, destroy tanks, like, really fast with that loadout. Like, really, really fast. Anyways, guys, I think that'll be it for me. Thanks for watching and all that stuff. If you want more videos like this, just tell me. Oh, God, that gross voice track. But yeah, see ya.